Welcome back to This Guy's Always Complaining About Broken Stuff. Yeah, so yesterday we had a bit of a go. It wasn't like a full-on serious attempt. I tried to start the BMW. I got as far as cranking it over with the fuel pumps turned off to get some oil pressure, and that was there. And I was like, cool, I know the fuel's really old in there, but it'll probably at least fire up and run. And that's, enough that it'll cough and splutter and I'll go, cool, goes. Just check for massive oil leaks and things like that. Ditch the fuel out, basically pull the fuel return off, put it into a drum, run it until it just stops because it's run out of fuel. Put some fresh fuel in it, flush the system out. In hindsight, maybe not the smartest idea, but we didn't even get that far anyway, right? So the fuel was that bad that just priming the system up earlier on in the day and letting it sit, and the fuel pumps have jammed up and seized and they're rooted and they won't go. They're finished. So I've tried to flush them out with CRC and with parts cleaner, and I've tried to tap them and wriggle and jiggle and all that sort of carry on. They're just done. They have sat in that pump and in that fuel rather for too long, and the fuel's too old. It's too yucky. It has destroyed them, unfortunately. So yeah, I say them because there's a main pump and there's a pump that takes it from one side of the tank to the other. Actually, there's around the wrong way. This should be on the driver's side of the vehicle. That lives on the passenger side, but don't worry. That's the least of our worries. You can see the varnish that's built up on these pumps. Just like that, comes off just like that. Unfortunately, that's inside the pump as well. And just running them for a couple of seconds has been enough to disturb all that, and then shift it all around inside the pumps, and they're just jammed up. Good luck freeing those up. It's not going to happen, and you probably can't trust them going forward anyway. So unfortunately, I believe that was supposed to be, or might be, a brand new pump, but it's got no markings on it. I don't know what it is, but it certainly looks pretty damn scummy now. So it's a shame I didn't fit these to the car, and I'm not having to go at the person that did, but and I guess things evolve, right? Projects evolve. At the point where he's putting these in there, he's probably thinking the car will be up and running within a couple of months or something like that, and that's just not the way it's worked out. This has been a long time in the build, this car. Scum sitting on top of floats and stuff like that, and that all just scrapes off with your finger. I'm gonna have to blow and fuse from trying to make the pumps go. I'm going to have to potentially pull the fuel tank out to clean it, or at least have a really good go at cleaning it in the car. Or we could end up in the situation that we've got with old mate above us here. She, it was in a very poor state. We could have fixed a couple of things and it would have run okay, and sent it away thinking it was good. And if you haven't seen the videos, it was never going to be good. So we just can't have that sort of thing happening. Pull the fuel tank out, I guess, or at least try and clean it out. That's the next thing. And then I've got to get rid of 20, whatever it is, 10, 15, 20, 30 litres of burny stuff. We can't call it fuel anymore, or petrol. It's not that anymore. So if anyone wants to do a bonfire or something like that, and you need something to set that, I was going to say fuel, but it's not fuel. Let's not call it fuel. It's not anymore. If you want to burn some things, let me know. We've got some free burny juice for you. Yeah, never mind. So we've got a new pump ordered, an AM 320 litre per hour pump, which is the same as we put a couple of those in the March. They're a good pump and they will fit in the hole. I need to organise another one for the other side, which isn't power related. All it needs to do is take fuel from the passenger side of the tank and bang it across the driver's side. That's the other way because the car's mirror image. Doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll be able to suss one of those out locally, so I'll do that when I've got the rubbish out of the tank. Yeehaw! Cowboy fuel system. Gonna have to flush that pump out afterwards and clean the filter immediately, or that fuel, when it dries up, will just destroy both. Yay! I didn't want to ruin my good fuel can, so it's just going in a old parts cleaner thing. Shouldn't be using a cell phone near fuel systems either. Bad. Alright, thrown the BMW outside in disgrace. It's fighting too hard. No, we're waiting for a fuel pump. It'll be here tomorrow. We got the first fuel pump we needed two. So the first one came locally, that's fitted, ready to go, waiting for the other one. This is the setup that we had, right? Okay, it wasn't a blue one, it was a black one. It was that black one right there. So it was a bit taller originally. It's fine, doesn't matter, a little bit either way, we're all good, we got room. My plan is, I'll cut that right there, weld that onto there like that, and then we'll stick this on here. Going to have to cut that pipe about here somewhere. It will sit a little bit higher up than what it did before, so it's absolutely fine, it'll fit, and we won't have this problem anymore. Right, time to cut. Brand new, it's done like dyno session in one round, and chop time. Just like that. Took more than a couple of minutes, but that's stuck on there. Yeah, no, it's not the prettiest in the world, is it? But that's fine for what we're doing. A race car. So we're not terribly far away, because obviously that was there. It was there. The end of the pipe goes here. We're not terribly far away from just giving a little bit of a choppy on that there. Make it all about the same. So I'll get that fitted back into the car. We won't have to do anything with this anymore, and work on making that sit at the right fandangle in the car. We'll have to take all the insulation off and everything obviously, but we're running out of day, 4 o'clock. Suddenly, just like magic, bang on 5 o'clock, it's done. So there you go, one Wiggins coupler or clamp or joint, whatever we want to call it, one of those there. So you can't have a silicon joint fail if you don't have a silicon joint. I know, those are still there. The other caveat being, if it ain't broken, don't mess with it, or don't try and fix it. However, I hear what you're saying and thinking, because I'm thinking it myself. These seem to be okay. They don't seem to be causing any problems. And I think the reason for that is that a reasonable distance away from the turbocharger and the exhaust manifolds, there's a lot more heat there, and that's where the problem's coming from. 150 degrees C out of here, plus the surface of the sun there, and it's hot. Quite hot, and of course silicon gets softer, and then it's relying on the cords on the inside to hold it together, and it can't, and it fails. So we've had two go. The first one that went on was on that side. That one actually went because there was an exhaust gasket leak blasting against it. That's what caused that one to go. We've since changed the hardware holding the turbos, so we don't have that issue happening again. The original hardware worked its way loose with all the leverage that's going on here. Damaged the gasket, blasted the coupler failed. This side, it doesn't have that excuse, it just failed. So I'll change that one tomorrow. It's quite a task, as you saw. You've got to take the compressor housing off in front of the turbo. I'm not sure which side was easier. Probably the probably that one. Tomorrow I'll be cursing trying to do that one. And it got me, hit my head on that. That catches everyone. We need some longer struts, so it's taller. And that's really all I wanted to change before we use the car again. We could have used it with the blue silicon coupler in there, but we'll see where we go out and try and better some time somewhere. Cool. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.